Friday Eve. Welcome to the greatest faction since the Four Horsemen, the Sideline Junkies, and the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. Brought to you in conjunction with Clear Production Sports. Tonight we have a special show, as we always do on Friday Eve. We got some things going on. So tomorrow morning, when you at work at the water cooler, and you'll hear everybody saying Thursday night Throwdown. Yeah. Just to give you an introduction to my compadres, the man with the Notre Dame symbol in the back is the big guy KG. The man beside him in the block, kind of diagonal, is the gentleman Jack Carr. The person to my right is the boss BJ. And then I am the Midnight Rider. Now I'm going to kick it back to the host, KG. Take him home, baby.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here on a Friday Eve, as the Midnight Rider said. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good, man.
Good. Just fine and dandy. I'm in my prime.
I can see Sam already checked in. He said, y'all going to have to stay some overtime today. Oh, no, baby. We don't do no overtime. The boss don't pay for that. Already checked in. Glad to have you in here. Man, we finally made it to almost the weekend, so let's jump off in this. Let's jump off real quick.
Whoa. Announcement. It's coming soon to a TV near you from Me TV. The Saturday Night WrestleManiacs. Yo, we're gonna do this every time for a while now until it comes on. So,
I wanted to get entrenched in the show, so you have to see it in the middle. But go ahead, make that announcement.
I just did.
Well, as the Midnight Rider said, you will be seeing the Saturday Night WrestleManiacs on Me TV. Come Saturday morning. I'm not sure when it's going to start. I'll find out for sure when we're going to start. But soon on Me TV, hopefully it's in your market, you will see the Saturday Night WrestleManiacs. That is the People's Choice Don Rodriguez, the Nubian Sumo, and of course, yours truly, the big guy KG, Notre Dame commit as of Tuesday. We have another announcement that, coming up later on in the show as well, so stay tuned for that. Couple of quick hitters. Jason Wright is going to leave the Commanders at the end of the season. Let me just ask the elephant in the room. What does this mean to the team? What does this mean to the organization that he's leaving?
It just means you're moving on. You're setting who you want in place instead of some holdover. And I think they just kind of watched him and was like, it's not worth it to keep him. I don't think he's as bad as everybody says he is. Because I think some things, some of the events that got rushed or seemed to rush, I think he was rushed because the person that was in charge above him didn't let him do things the way he wanted to do it. And they kind of gave him a strap budget and said, make it work with this. You know how you remember that scene in Friday when he's like, it's only $2 and she's like, make it work? That's what it seemed like Jason Wright was dealing with this team.
I was kind of surprised that they didn't move on from him when the ownership changed, because new ownership, that's your chance to kind of bring in your new slate. And I think we talked about that on the show when it happened. Maybe some guys were going to hold off a season or something until they kind of found the people they really wanted in those positions. But he moves on. He'll probably find another job somewhere else. But I just kind of feel like he was a sitting duck here. I kind of feel like that wasn't their guy. It's like the head coach to, whatever else they want to do with a bill. That's not they want to put their imprint on the team, and he's part of that. So they have to make a long-term commitment to him, which they didn't, or they have to ease him on out the door with some Crisco.
Yeah, no, I agree with what both of you said. I thought he might have been gone before the new crew came in, but like you said, he's just moving on. And the right people are in place in Washington. and I think his time is done.
I think we talked about it in our the last what was our episode right at the end of the season, and I kept telling y'all all we gotta do is break out the bleach, break out the U-Haul, the trash cans, and we just take everything that was in the building and just throw it away, and we start brand new. We bring in new carpet, we bringing in new telephones, we got new computers, the whole nine, and that's just part of the process.
Agreed. Agreed. I don't think this affects the team in a way of on the field production. Front office, let me get this right. The Sports Business Journal named him, he was a recipient of the Best Hire of 2020 award. And he was named to Black Enterprise's 2021 Top 40 Under 40. So he's got a lot of accolades here, a lot of praise to his commitment. He got a lot of lashing too when it came to the name change and the reveal and how it wasn't being kept under wraps. And then it was that whole badge thing where they had the wrong Super Bowl years. They had, what was it, 37, 42, 83, 93.
Yeah.
They had it was all wrong, and everybody was like, what is this? So he had to get it right. But I think he endeared himself to the fans. One thing I will say is I don't blame him for that debacle of the Sean Taylor installation. I blame the previous regime for that. And I hope the current regime takes note to what the fans are saying and rectifies that quite quickly. So JoJo checking in. She said, fellas, I made it. Good to have you back, JoJo. It's been a while.
Joe.
I knew JoJo was going to make this one because we talk about her man in the next segment. Sam Moss says, special announcement, Rhea Ripley is single and ready to mingle. Whew. I mean, it's kayfabe, baby, but I'll take it. Mamacita. Like, they never mind. We'll get into that Saturday, but whew, I love how they playing that. But happy trails to Jason Wright. No bad blood here.
This is a heavy JoJo show.
Yeah, because we going to Russell Westbrook to the Nuggets. Now, Russell Westbrook just opted in to his contract with the Clippers. He opted in. Paul George left. Kawhi still there, but we don't know what Kawhi's status is. Now, Russell Westbrook is being traded to the Jazz for Chris Dunn. The Jazz are going to buy him out, and that's going to facilitate the move for him to go to Denver.
I think Russell Westbrook got to call somebody in Utah and just thank them because he probably has spent all of 3 days as a member of the Utah Jazz in 2 stints, and he's been bought out in both occasions and sent somewhere, so allowed to go somewhere else. So, yeah, on my Christmas card, whoever it is in Utah, I don't know who the GM is there and who's running the show, they get a Christmas card.
Fellas?
Go ahead, Jack.
I mean, Westbrook, he's been on a pogo stick in this league for the last 6-8 years, team to team, conference to conference. And he gets knocked down a little bit for that. I was listening to 106.7 on my way home today, and they were beating Westbrook up. I don't feel he deserves that. Westbrook, when he's on that court, he is one of the hardest players out there. He leaves it all on the court. He goes after every ball. I'm a Russell Westbrook fan. I just wish he could have stuck with a franchise and done some winning like he had planned to do. But now I think he's ring shopping.
Every right to.
And what better place if you're ring shopping to land with the Denver Nuggets?
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to see Russ. And Russ wasn't the reason why he's been pogo sticking. Remember, KD left that thing a mess. And you just don't replace a Kevin Durant. You say what you want about him. You just don't replace Kevin Durant and get back to where you were. That's a generational talent lost when the Thunder lost them. And Russ is a very unique player because Russ dominates the court, dominates the ball, and I don't think Russ has changed his game enough to be the not double every night guy, to be able to come in and help instead of being able to dominate a game. And he's going to have to adjust his game when he goes to Denver, if that's where he's going. But I really think that if they can get, you already know you're getting 100% out of him on the floor. If they can just find the right fit for him on the floor, that's going to be a dangerous Denver team. There's going to be a dangerous Denver team with him on the floor or whatever combination they have. Because he was coming off wasn't he coming off the bench with the Clippers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's coming off the bench with the Clippers. So I don't see him starting with Denver.
Right.
And I don't see him starting with Denver. Yeah. So if he's coming off the bench leading the second unit, you tell me a second unit guard in the league that can guard Russell Westbrook. That's how I look at it. Like you find me a second unit guard when you bring your number 6 off and I bring Russell Westbrook off the bench, I win.
I don't mind him.
32.
Yeah, I don't mind him coming off the bench because, like you said, whose backup is gonna check Westbrook, you know? And he had to change his game when he came to the Lakers, first of all, and that's where he was coming in off the bench. And it just killed me to see a triple-double machine being held back so much the way they held him back in Los Angeles with the Lakers. I just don't feel they let him play his game over there. Then when he got more minutes when he went to the Clippers, I feel. But I just loved seeing Russ 5 years ago when he was that big triple-double machine. I still think he could do it today if he got the minutes.
But now, let me go ahead, B.
I was just saying, I've always loved Russ.
Yeah. Me too.
When he came to DC and you got to see him every game, it made a different love for him because he came over, he took over that team, and Russ is not the type of guy that you can come on the court with him and play 70%. If he's leading the charge and he's the guy on the team, you got to play with him at 110% all the way. And if you don't, he's going to get in your face about it. He's going to let you know. And I've always loved that. And I think he brought some energy to this Wizards team when he came that, you know, was much needed. And as soon as he got here, he was gone.
Well, a couple of things. First, now this is not an official roster. I'm just going to name the guards that Denver have right now. Alexander Trey, Trey Alexander, Christian Braun, Justin Holiday, Jamal Murray, of course, Jalen Pickett, Julian Strother, and Peyton Watson. Who's starting? Which one of those are starting over Russ? I think your backcourt is going to be
Jamal
Murray and Russell Westbrook. And I think that, you know, with Murray being such a firecracker, I think he's going to be your 2. But now it's an undersized backcourt. But we've seen what undersized backcourts can do, i.e., geez, I feel like an old man saying this. But we've seen what undersized backcourts can do with
Go ahead.
Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas, Gary Payton and Nate McMillan.
I thought you were going way back with Willie Two Shoes Johnson. I thought you were digging in your bag for a second.
No. I'm not going to do that. But we've seen what undersized backcourts can do, especially when you have a versatile backcourt where you can go to being the off guard from the point guard, and it's not a change in the lineup. It's not a change in the flow of the offense. But it just all depends on what comes with what teams throw at you. And I think this is a good, really, really good for Denver because he got a lot of people to throw to. He got Aaron Gordon, DeAndre Jordan's on this team, Michael Porter Jr. They got this guy that they got that Denver has from Serbia. They say he's an MVP. I've never heard of him, but I think he's really, really good, and I think he'll mesh really well. I think Russ will bring him along a little bit. Even though he's an MVP, I think him and Russ will get together real well. I think they call him the Joker. I don't know this guy. I've never heard of him. I live under a rock, but
the Lakers know who he is.
Oh, he's the Lakers' daddy.
Yeah, when I heard the announcement today, I started thinking what the Joker's going to do with Russ, because Russ don't ever stop moving. He likes that baseline. He likes cutting that back door, and the Joker's going to see you if you're moving, And I think it's going to add some assists to Joker and some points to Russ. I think they're going to work well together.
Russ is an assist machine. That's one thing he is. Now, last year in LA with the Clippers, he played 68 games. I think he started 11, 22 and a half minutes. He only averaged 11.1 points a game. What's that? 5 rebounds and 4.5 assists. Way off of his numbers from a few years ago, but still efficient.
Yeah, you give him another 12 to 14 minutes, then that's going to be a 9 and 8 and 17 points.
Yeah, you give him 6-man minutes. Give him 25, 26 minutes, but I think he's going to clock 30 plus minutes with the Nuggets.
And that's what he needs to do. That's what he needs to do with them to be a good addition to that team. You need Russ on the court.
Couple of comments. JoJo is in the comments going ham. She said, "All shucks." He wanted out because PG left, so he's heading to a contender.
Yeah, definitely ring shopping.
Yeah, we trying to get a ring.
Definitely.
Russ asked to be traded. This notion he's not wanted is false. Teams respect him. Teammates love him. Hey, let me tell you something. DC loved him because he brought out the best. And if you look at it, every time a player has a great season, 9 times out of 10, Russell Westbrook is their point guard. Bradley Beal had his best season in DC that one year that Russ was here. Kevin Durant's MVP season with Russell Westbrook. James Harden's MVP season with Russell Westbrook. Your common denominator is who it is. JoJo says, coming off the bench, nice motor for some toughness. I don't think he will. Sam Moss said, hold on to your Russell Westbrook rookie calls. Yeah, most definitely do that. Most definitely. C. Braun is what JoJo says, talking about
Christian Braun?
Yeah, Christian Braun from Denver, one of the guards that I named. She says, I love Russ, but he shouldn't be starting for a team like Denver. I mean, who can you start over?
She just told you, C. Braun.
I'm not starting.
But you can't put, if you want Russ to run like Russ and you're going to give him 6-man minutes, then what they got on the floor won them a championship. What Denver put on the floor now won them a championship, and you run the risk of putting him on the floor, and then that's going to take 50 games to try to mesh that chemistry. What if it doesn't mesh? Then you'd have messed up championship pedigree. If they hadn't won a championship recently, the way they had, if it was like a luck championship, a bubble championship or something like that, then yeah, you throw them out there. But they won a legit championship. They got a formula on the floor. And I don't want to say Russ messes that up because that's not the right word. But for me, you don't try to fix what's not broken. You can bring him off the bench, and now, like I said, you have every team second unit trying to run with an MVP, triple-double machine. Like, I'm taking that matchup. You already have a mismatch when you bring him out as a 6-man. He's still fast. He still has his motor. He's still going to talk shit in your face. He's still zero. He's still Russ. He just hasn't had the opportunity at his last 3 spots to kind of shine. Like Jack was saying, he didn't get the minutes in LA. I don't think they utilized him how they should have with the Clippers.
Neither.
But I think you put your starting 5 lineup with the Nuggets out the way it is, but you incorporate Russ more into that. You can still give him 30 minutes.
somebody in your rotation's going down, but that you got a MVP coming off the bench. But you keep it the same because the Joker needs the ball. And one thing Russ does when he comes on the floor, he takes the ball away from. You're going to get less touches. It might be more assists, but the person that the offense go through, which is the Joker, that's gonna mess that up. So.
JoJo said he's going to start, in my opinion, the young guy, Russ off the bench. Exactly, is going to mess up. Murray is the one. Russ can't shoot at the 2. Just being real. She clarified that in the next comment, said at the 2 he can't shoot. Sam Moss said Joker, Nikola Jokic, is like Bill Walton. In a way, I get what you're saying. I can see that. Just got better feet. Guy named Ben Conchi said, I don't understand the boss man's unsolicited Laker hate. Damn.
Commenting on your own show.
I threw some. He called him. I threw some Laker haymakers.
I heard all.
We was talking with Denver though. Denver. Caldwell Pope's gone. What he played, the 3?
Yeah, he played the 2 and the 3.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, that could be a spot for Russ. I mean, wasn't Pope in the starting lineup?
Nah, I think JoJo's got it right. You want the young guy to start, and even if it's a cursory start, and he just gets you going, and you take him out midway through the first, and you bring him back to start the second or something like that.
Yeah.
I just don't want Russ personally. I just wouldn't. It's not that I don't think he's a good player. I think time has caught up to him a little bit, and I think you want to limit some of his minutes because of the way he plays. Because he's not going to hold back. Like he's going to be all gas, no brakes. So like you got to sometimes save a player from themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's two different ways. The Nuggets play half court.
Yeah,
the Nuggets play half court. Exactly. So when you bring Russ on the floor, and like the Midnight Rider said, it's a courtesy start. He might. I mean, tip off might go. They might call timeout, bring that boy out. Hey, come on, Russ.
It ain't that bad.
It might be that quick. But you have to ease Russ into that and get Russ to dial it back a bit if he wants to be on the floor with Murray and Jokic at the same time, because he can't run like he wants to. I'm not saying he can't run. There's going to be opportunities for that, but that's not the way Denver plays ball.
Right.
I will say this: Russ is more effective when he's running the floor and attacking the basket. When he doesn't have to settle for the jumper. Now, JoJo said he can't shoot. I think Russ can shoot. He has off nights, but it's like when you put him in a situation when you leave him open, he's not going to hit it, but you can test it, he's going to hit. But he's more effective running the floor and attacking the basket.
B giving you the gas face.
Of course he is. And JoJo says Jokic was also asking for Russ.
Okay.
Hey, didn't know that.
Didn't know that either. That would be cool to see Russ and Joker get a triple-double the same night. That'd be nice.
And it happens every night. That's beautiful.
Oh, that's probably a hard task to accomplish there.
All right, jumping over into the meat and potatoes here. MLB All-Star Game was Tuesday night while we were on. We talked about the home run derby. AL All-Stars win 5-3 over the NL All-Stars. I got to defer this to Jack and the Midnight Rider. What did you fellas think about, other than the uniforms, what did you fellas think about the MLB All-Star Game?
Go ahead, B.
Did I already say that the one set of uniforms looked like somebody left the pink sock in with the white?
Yeah, we got into that last show.
I just wanted to make sure I covered that.
It was horrible. Both of them were horrible.
Yeah, but I mean, it didn't even make sense, the concepts. But maybe it was a throwback or a tribute, and they didn't explain the tribute beforehand. I think we see that the American League has just been dominant in the All-Star games. It's just something about the All-Star game and their lineups and what they're able to bring up at bat after at bat after at bat. It was beautiful to see Skeens start, and for him to actually face Aaron Judge. I wish we had more back and forth between the two, but I'll live with it. In terms of, I love Shohei going yard, so it was like all the little small things you could do to highlight some of your better players happened throughout the course of the night. You got a little Soto shuffle. You got a little bit of everything. So I think they covered all the bases, and they also were able to get a lot of guys into the ball game with no problem. What you think, Jack?
Yeah, no, definitely. And we didn't even mention the score of the 94th Midsummer Classic. It was American League 5, National League 3. But a number that's really kind of crazy is the National League had 10 hits and the American League only had 5. A lot of base runners left on base for the National League. They couldn't get them around. Pitching was the reason. American League pitching 9 strikeouts. The National League pitching 6 strikeouts. Otani 3-run home run, 400-plus feet. It was just a bomb. Everybody just watched it. It was a bomb. I don't think the outfielders left. And then MVP, Jaron Duran from Boston, plays for the Boston Red Sox. He hit a 2-run shot to put the American League ahead for sure. And then talking about pitching again, my guy, Mason Miller from the Oakland A's. You guys can remember from our baseball preview, man. I've been liking this guy since before the season started. He comes in there, gets 2 strikeouts, and he's just throwing gas. I mean, he must do 6-8 pitches, upwards of 103 miles an hour. And he was making them boys look silly. But overall, I enjoyed the All-Star game this year. No player in either lineup had multiple hits this year. There was no player with multiple hits. So shows you what kind of game it was. The pitching was really strong this year.
I mean, something has to be said for going. I've seen 94 in person live, and I had never heard anything snap and crackle and pop like that. So I can only imagine what 105 sounds like when it goes past you, or 103. So yeah, it's
yeah, that's smoke.
That's why that's why I'm sitting here talking to you for 3, not somewhere wearing the jersey, baby.
Yeah.
Look, I think one of the best descriptions of hearing a 100-mile-an-hour fastball go by you is that you don't hear it. You don't see it. All you hear is when it hits the glove with that pop. That's all you hear. Now, I've had footballs thrown that were thrown with some mustard on it. I mean, you hear it coming because it whistles when it goes through the air. I don't think that happens with a baseball.
Oh, it does.
You hear it.
You hear it.
Hey, you guys, I've never had anybody throw any steam like that at me. I don't think I want to.
That's right before the pop. You hear.
It's just a little hiss, man.
It's like a hiss.
I think we both did it at the same time. I haven't seen no hundreds, but I was up. They got a batting cage at Cooperstown, and they got a nice 95-mile-an-hour one there. I did that. That ball rolls. I mean, you got to swing damn near as soon as you pick your foot up with heat like that coming at you. It's crazy how you got to get your timing on that. But you get a hold of it, it'll fly. You got all these guys in the league now. Bat speed when it comes up, ball comes off the bat, 114, 112 miles an hour, man. That's the ball coming in 103 miles an hour. I think it's going to go out even faster than that. But you got to hit it. You got to hit it first. And they didn't hit the young man Mason Miller. He's going to be something in this league for a long time. There was quite a few rookies in the game. What, 3?
But I mean, the MVP, Duran, I think he was up last year and he struggled. So just to see him come back and being able to put something together for this first half, hopefully he can hold on. That answers a big question for Boston in terms of their lineup. So he could help them solidify. And I said this the last time. I thought that Boston might stick around a little bit more than we think, just because of some of the guys they have in the lineup. and some of their pitching.
We'll see when we start back up.
Yes, sir.
Well, let me ask before we get out of this and get the ESPN's top 100 athletes since 2051. What was your ratings as far as presentation in the game overall that you watch?
Jerseys was an F. The gameplay was an A. Pitching was an A, and I think the hitting was probably like a B or a C. And the only reason you said the reason why I think this is the only, was it Jack that said there was no multiple hits?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason you could have hit like a B or a C.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hitting was controlled by the pitch, and pitching I'll give an A. The game I'll give a B. I would give it an A if they didn't have them ugly ass uniforms. They were horrible. I mean, you know, every couple of years, one of the NBA, MLB, NFL make an ugly ass Pro Bowl or All-Star uniform. I don't know what they're thinking.
I think it should go back to wearing your team jersey.
Yes, sir.
In the NBA and the NBA and the MLB, and then in the NFL and the Pro Bowl, you wear your own helmet. You wear your own team helmet. You wear the AFC jersey, the red AFC jersey, the blue NFC. That's it. Just keep it simple.
NBA used to do it like that, and somebody was talking with me like, how would they know who's on your team? Well, you did the home team would wear your team's whites,
Right,
and then the visiting team would wear your team's colored jersey. So it was pretty much like solids and stripes. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Shirts and no shirts. It's the same thing. And yeah, I like it when they wear their own jersey. When I coached the All-Star team over here, I wasn't head coach this year, but my choice is to have them wear their jerseys. I think it shows that you are an All-Star team and you're from a different team, you know? I like that.
Jack, remind me of that later on because I want to ask you a question about that.
We got a comment
about
KJ.
what? Uniforms?
All-Star games.
Okay, dope.
Matty Ice checking in. He said Clace could be the first reliever in a long time to win the Cy Young. What he is doing in Cleveland is crazy, and what he did last at bat to Reynolds showed why.
Yeah, the American League has two of the best closers with Jack's guy and Class A.
It's Class A. It's not Clace. It's Class A.
Yes, sir.
Class A. I apologize.
It's all good, Jack. It's all good.
What do you mean, my guy?
You got from Oakland. You've been
Miller.
big on him. I didn't know about him until you brought him up.
Mr. Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did Class A come from? What y'all tripping on?
Oh, that was Matty Ice talking about.
No. But yeah, no, I seen him early on, and man, he's something.
So we talked about this a little bit on Tuesday. We did 100 to 51 for ESPN top 100 athletes since 2000. And I did some research. Cal Ripken didn't retire to 2001. So why is he not on this list? But
Not enough time. Yeah, I looked at it. I just looked at the top 25. So 25 to 50 is going to be new to me. But the top 25, I'm not satisfied with. Just like the last 50 was whack.
Yes. So let me start at 50. I'm just only naming notables.
ESPN whack list.
No, go ahead and give us all 50.
Okay, all 50. Zinedine Zidane is number 50.
Who?
Zinedine Zidane. Headbutt man. Soccer. The dude that headbutt the dude in the chest.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know soccer too much.
Actually, when he came here, he played in the he played for one of the LA MLS teams, and like he almost had a goal a game type of thing going on. So yeah, he deserves to be on here. Not even talking about what he did internationally. Go ahead.
Aitani Bonmati, soccer. Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry. Yeah.
Thierry Henry. Jimmy Johnson, not Big Jim, but Jimmy Johnson from NASCAR, number 47. Max Scherzer, number 46. David Ortiz, number 45. Michaela Schifrin from skiing, number 44. We talked about A-Rod on Tuesday night. He is number 43, Alex Rodriguez. Giannis Antetokounmpo is number 42. Dirk Nowitzki is number 41. I see what they did there. Dirk, number 40. Not worried about it.
No,
Justin Verlander, number 40. Kevin Durant, number 39. Barry Bonds, number 38. The great Ichiro Suzuki, number 37. Maya Moore, the great Maya Moore, number 36. Dwayne Wade, 35. Tennessee legend Tamika Catchings, 34. Miguel Cabrera, number 33. Marta plays soccer, number 32. Clayton Kershaw, number 31. Mike Trout, number 30. Michael Schumacher, number 29. The Joker, Nikola Jokic, number 28. Randy Moss, number 27. Peyton Manning, number 26. Floyd Money Mayweather.
Too low.
25.
That needs to be up.
Albert Pujols, number 24. The big ticket, Kevin Garnett, 23. Sid the Kid, Sidney Crosby, 22. DT, Diana Taurasi, 21. Aaron Donald at 20. Lewis Hamilton at 19. Formula One champion. Patrick Mahomes, number 18. Shaquille O'Neal, number 17. Tim Duncan, number 16. Katie Ledecky, number 15. Wardell Stephen Curry, number 14.
Should have been higher.
Ronaldo, number 13. Rafael Nadal, number 12. Novak Djokovic, number 11. The late great Kobe Bean Bryant, number 10. Usain Bolt, number 9. Tiger Woods, number 8. Simone Biles, number 7. Roger Federer, number 6. Tom Brady, number 5.
Should be higher.
LeBron James, number 4.
Lower.
Lionel Messi, number 3. Serena Williams, number 2. And your number 1 athlete as voted on by ESPN since 2000. 28-time Olympic medalist, 23 times Olympic gold medalist, Michael Phelps.
I think that's a good choice at number 1.
I keep hearing y'all say somebody should be higher, but that top 10 is solid. That top 10 is right.
The top 10, I can. It might be move around, but I don't know. I agree with the top 10. The top 10 was solid. Now I'm trying to hold this in my head because the gears in my head are smoking. Okay, this is that old brain.
Steph Curry needs to be in the top 10.
You said Barry Bonds, but then you said other baseball players after Barry Bonds. It's just like Ichiro was next. I'm not putting Ichiro in front of Barry Bonds. I don't know who else you said in front of Barry Bonds, but no, sir. No, sir.
You gotta think about the meat of Ichiro's career is in the 2000s, and he came over to America, and in a 10-year span, got 3,000 hits. He got hits during the 2000s.
I understand, but Barry Bonds, his major accomplishment, whether it's still under cloud or not, was when was that? 2000 what? When he break the home run record?
The home run record. I'm with you.
I think that was 2003.
I put that in front of anything Ichiro's done.
They had Pujols in front of him too.
Yeah,
Pujols. I put him in front of Pujols. I think you said Miguel Cabrera in front of Barry Bonds.
El Caballo.
Guys, we gotta start. Think about this. You gotta cut Barry Bonds' career off at 2000 and start from 2000 to when this ends.
Hold on.
That's what this is.
Hold on. When you talk about Barry Bonds had 2 careers in one.
I understand.
And one of those careers happened in the 90s, but one happened in the 2000s. Does he deserve to be on this list? Hell yes. Yeah. Should he be higher? Hell yes. I don't care what he did off the field. What he did on the field was magical.
Yeah, but they care about what he did off the field. This isn't the list of Jack Carr, Midnight Rider, Boss Man, and KG. So there's still people that are holding him accountable for his actions. And I think that's also part of the reason why he's at 39 and not in the top 15 and top 20. You got to remember, and then y'all talk about Miguel Cabrera. Cabrera came up at 17. I think he was probably 19 when the 2000s started. So you got his whole career in pretty much in that span.
And he had
I know he did some damage against one of those teams in the World Series. They wear pinstripes. They always talk about their championships. Oh, it's the Yankees. Yeah.
Miguel Cabrera had baseball in the chokehold for a little bit. I will say that because he was very exciting to watch. Oh God, I just can't get this out of my eye. But
wasn't Cabrera gave Roger Clemens that look of death? Roger got a little bit too close. Wasn't that Cabrera?
I think so.
I love that. I love that.
Hey,
moving other thing we got a couple of comments.
When you go put yourself on the thing, you still got that thing. BJ?
What thing you talking about?
The sanitation truck.
Oh, I don't have my computer. I'm not on the board.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
On the phone.
Exactly. There is no sanitation truck. You can't do it.
We're gonna figure it out. Even if I gotta print the damn pictures and hold them up.
It doesn't exist anymore. How about that? It doesn't exist anymore.
Oh my goodness.
But that exists. Rate my setup now.
What that weigh? 740 pounds?
What you think about that, Jack? That's a hell of a setup.
What y'all been up in my basement where I grew up? Man, that's my setup right there. Oh, look at that. What's that? A Harman Kardon right there? What's that stereo system? Got the 8-track fatty on it?
Man.
Yes, sir.
See? Jack's appreciative. Jack appreciates it.
I had them glass doors on mine too, yeah. I still got it out in my shed. It cranks like crazy. Harman Kardon, boy.
Hey, Jack, don't make me write you a check, man.
I still got it.
Don't make me write you a check. I'm about to buy something I don't
need. my wife don't let big speakers in the house. No, none of my big speakers allowed in the house.
But it's got an 8-track player on it.
The same noise comes out of a speaker this big nowadays. I said, okay. Yeah.
Couple comments. Sam Moss said Vince Carter number 5 top 100. Vince Carter didn't make this list, rightfully so.
No.
Matty Ice says, I think the top 5 is fine, but there was a bit too many soccer players in the top 20 for me. Crosby, Ovi, and McDavid all way too low.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you that. Matty also says, call a spade a spade. Barry Bonds is not well liked either. Right or wrong, that matters.
Mm-hmm. Does.
The big dog checking in. Barry Bonds right where he needs to be. Floyd Mayweather should be lower.
Oh, come on now.
Come on, big dog. Come on, Barry Bonds
he should be higher.
I agree with the Floyd Mayweather thing. I agree with Floyd.
I mean, how many years? Best pound for pound?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Nobody whooped him?
Was there any other boxer in front of him?
No.
Nah.
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah. I mean,
no other boxers on the list, was there? Maybe the first 50.
No. I don't think it was any other boxers.
I don't remember any other boxers.
You can tell, and I'm sorry, KJ, I'm gonna let you go. You could tell how these lists have evolved over the years because 10 years ago, there probably wasn't a soccer player on this list. Or it might have been one or two, but we had quite a few. I do agree with Matty. I think if you're the best at your position and your sport, that's your top 10 nod. And Sidney was the best for a while. He was untouchable for a while. And was there an NHL player in the top 10?
No.
And I think that's something else you have to consider. I think you have to represent every sport in the top 10. So you have to take, if you're going from 2000, you have to take every sport and represent them in that top 10. So boxing, NHL, basketball, football, Olympics, tennis. You have to represent. I don't know at the top how many sports we're talking about. Car racing between NASCAR, Formula One, all that. You have to represent. You have to have a good representation of everybody in that top 10. I don't think they did that.
I think they did it. I think they did well for what they were given. Because if you saw it, the tennis guys were like 11 and 12. Jokic and
11, 12, 15. Yeah, they were all right next to each other.
I think they. I mean, for what they had, but it's doing this. This is doing what it's supposed to do. It's creating a conversation between all of us. And Big Dog, hit the couple more. Big Guy, hit the comments real quick.
Now, let me say this real quick. I agree with the Big Dog as far as.
Oh Lord.
I'm not a big. I respect Mayweather, but I'm not a Mayweather fan. I respect him. I respect his skill.
I'm a Mayweather fan.
I love the dude's skill to death, but I'm not a fan of him in the ring. Outside the ring, I can bang with him, but inside the ring, I only paid to watch him lose.
What's his record, Big? What's his record, KG? What's his record?
It's say 50-0, but I mean, really and truly, is it 50-0? Because Canelo actually beat him.
What is the record? What does his record say?
No editorials.
Best pound for pound fighter for almost 10 years.
And look, I'm not. I don't pretend to be a boxing aficionado. So when y'all start talking boxing, I'm only a surface guy. When y'all go deeper and y'all put the gear on and the mask and the boots and lace them up, and then y'all talking about throw me the tools down. I'm the guy throwing the tools down. I'm up top of the manhole talking about, we doing work here. Y'all just go around
leaning on the shovel, right?
Yeah, I'm leaning on the shovel. Y'all in there, y'all fixing stuff in the manhole. I'm throwing y'all drinks and stuff. That's where I am.
Sam all said itchy eyebrows need some moisturizer. Yeah, the only time it itch like that is when he got something to say about the Yankees. That's the only time it itch like that. Must be like an allergic reaction or something. And Sam all said, I see that public enemy cassette tape. Yeah. Now this right here. This right here. Floyd is not even top 5 greatest boxer of all time. Big Dog, you are so right. I've been saying that for years, and nobody wants to believe me.
No, it's not.
Now, I'm going to ask a question really quick.
Another show.
I'm going to ask a quick question. The greatest pound-for-pound boxer of all time.
I'm not doing this exercise with you.
No.
Nobody on this panel.
We're 48 in. I'm not qualified to answer that.
Nobody on this panel is going to say Floyd Mayweather, because you can say anything you want, but if you don't say Walker Smith Jr., aka Sugar Ray Robinson, you're wrong.
Floyd's still undefeated.
Floyd. If you put Floyd in the ring,
I knew Sugar Ray Robinson was coming.
Of course it is.
I was waiting for some kind of old timer to come out his mouth.
Where do you think Muhammad Ali got his style from? This whole entourage, this money spending that Floyd does. Where do you think it came from? It came from the sugar. I ain't gonna say what Richard Pryor said about Sugar Ray Robinson. I tell y'all that off air, but I'm telling you, it's about the sugar.
Okay.
Oh,
JoJo says I can't stand him outside the ring. Still ducked Manny, in my opinion. Never gave a rematch to him as well. He ducked him for 5 years. 5 years. Big Dog said, "Ask Jack who's better."
Between who?
He's talking about Floyd.
Between Floyd and
Floyd, but who's better than who?
I think Big Dog thinks y'all had a conversation about this, and he gave you somebody that he thinks is better than Floyd.
I don't remember who he's talking about. Who's better? Cesar Chavez.
Yeah, Sam Moss said Julio Cesar Chavez. I put him over Floyd.
Mocha Joe Frazier.
He beat Joe Lewis's ass.
Joe Lewis 175 years old.
You coming to America barbershop.
Oh man.
Get it, man. Get it, man.
Let's do this one first. Since we already on the high note, let's do this one first. Enos Freedom, formerly known as Enos Cantor, went on a podcast and he was talking about LeBron again. And he decided to say that LeBron is the dictator of the NBA. It's because of LeBron that his son's in the league. It's because of LeBron that JJ Redick's the head coach. Nobody wants to play with him. When have you ever seen nobody ever want to go to the Lakers? It's because of LeBron, because they know if it's not about his legacy or not about him and da-da-da-da-da. I don't know why Enes Freedom has such a stiffy for LeBron. He has so much vitriol. He has so much smoke for LeBron on podcasts, in the media, whatever. And on Twitter, he got so much smoke. But you're quiet as a church mouse when y'all in the same arena. And y'all, you can talk to him face to face about your issues. I don't want to go off on a tangent because it's not what I'm here to do. You can talk all you want about LeBron being a dictator. Here's the thing. Any problem that you have with LeBron, the NBA is not going to address it. Because guess what? That's their moneymaker. That's their global icon. Win, lose, or draw, that's their global icon. They're not going to do anything to tarnish his reputation while he's playing. If you look back at players that were the face of the league, one, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Everybody thought him and Juanita had this perfect fairy tale marriage. They were so in love and this, that, and other. As soon as he retired and he was out of the league, he was no longer the face of the league, that's when all those things came out. That's when it came out that they weren't as happy as everybody else said. JoJo said he don't like him, and it's okay. It is okay, but I mean, damn, every time you're in front of a camera, like, come on. And I know, BJ, I know you got a lot to say about it, so I'm going to turn the floor over to you.
I'm going to just say this. I agree with him to a certain extent. And I think you just proved some of what he was saying, right, by saying they don't want to tarnish his legacy. And I think it's a different, when you talk about Kobe, when you talk about Mike, the thing I don't like about LeBron, and I'll put Dylan Brooks on blast, because he got blackballed going at LeBron in that series with Houston, playing defense, talking shit to him. He got blackballed. And I mean, Memphis blackballed him. And you don't really see that with LeBron. You don't, like, Jordan was getting knocked to the floor. Even in the late 90s, you had Gary Payton in his face, whoever else he was playing. They talking trash to this guy. It's like everybody wants to be LeBron's friend. They're scared of the I don't have a better word for this, so please forgive me. They're scared of the blowback. So I mean, everything what are we debating? He got, if anybody sit here and think that he didn't have a hand in getting JJ Redick hired when they had a podcast together, come on. Bronny, we talk about this at great lengths about him shouldn't have been a 55 pick, right? He had a great, I'm not gonna say a great night last night or whenever. He had a really, really decent night in the summer. I'm rooting for the kid, but he shouldn't have been a 55th pick. If the goal is to win a championship, then the Lakers dropped that ball. Then on what else did he say? He said nobody wants to play with him. That's been proven. Clay went somewhere else. PG went somewhere else. Everybody wanted to go to LA. Everybody, you go to LA. I mean, what's one thing when the Lakers got Dwight Howard? What did Kobe say? Dwight said to him, "When are we going? Where we party at?" And Kobe's like, "Nah. That's what you're thinking about. You go to Orlando, you go to Miami, you go to Houston, LA. If you're a party guy, that's your dream. So then why nobody want to go to LA? I mean, Paul George was in LA and left to go to Philadelphia. You got to shovel snow now to get to the games. A lot of people passed up on playing with LeBron James because it's, unfortunately, the Lake Show has now become a clown show. And I think with Enes Freedom or whatever he calls himself now, I mean, maybe he got some, a little hard on for LeBron and but I don't disagree with him. I really don't. And you're going to see it on the court this year when you're just looking at one father time catch up with LeBron, and then you're going to see a team that didn't and wasn't able to do anything to better themselves on the court. And that falls on LeBron James, and that's why the sword he falls on for his legacy is so much sharper than what Jordan fell on, what Kobe, because they, even though they had the respect of the guys, the GMs asking them, hey, like Jordan, they asked him, Jordan Pippen, you want to bring Rodman in? Because they knew the history. They asked Kobe, who you want? Gasol, do you want to bring Dwight in? They asked these guys, but I don't think they dictated the team, because at the same time, you have to have some type of control over your team. You can't let a guy playing basketball on a court make all the decisions. Those type of guys get a say, but you have to have a strong enough GM. I thought Magic was that with them, and they pushed them out to be able to make these decisions to make the team better. And it might ruffle the feathers with your superstar. You got to ice that over. And the great ones know how to do that, and they have coaches that know how to do that. So that's where all the hate spews for LeBron. And I don't think people, when they talk about their hate for LeBron, they understand where it's all coming from. They just hating to play on the floor, but it's so much more. I don't think they know how to articulate all of it coming together from different angles, where you got, him dictating the coach, him getting coaches fired, him getting teammates shipped off. Like I said, we talk about it all the time. Go look around the league at what the roster the Lakers had when they came in. Julius Randle, Brandon Ingram. You look at all these young players elsewhere being productive. Kuzma. Like, you don't know, those guys hadn't reached their ceilings yet. And you ship them off trying to get a team ready now. And Magic talks about this all the time, because he wanted Kawhi, but Anthony Davis popped up available. So he went and got Anthony Davis. Magic's like, let's win now. Let's go. I was trying to get Kawhi, but Anthony Davis is here. So it's a lot that goes with it. I don't disagree with what he's saying, though, KG. I just don't, man. I love LeBron. I love what he's done for the league. I've loved what he's and not to make this a racial thing, I love how he's been a great black father, husband, because you don't, I don't want to say you don't see that a lot, but it's not promoted in the same light. And you get to see him not be messy and not, be a bad father like Karl Malone, trying to, figure out where his kids are and who he had kids with in what cities. That's not LeBron. He's in all his kids' life. He got his high school sweetheart. He takes care of his family, his mom. He does stuff from his hometown. It's just hard for me to hate the guy, man. But I don't disagree with Mr. Freedom, though.
See, I'm gonna say this, and by no way, shape, or form am I a bronze sexual or anything like that. I got respect for the dude. My problem is for Enos Freedom to come at him the way he does. He came at him about the whole China thing. Oh, why don't you talk to Nike about your shoes being made at sweatshops and this, that, and the third. Now you say something about nobody wanting to come to LA, and I said we had this conversation off air, and I said we got to save it, because I was getting really a little heated because certain things are not being said. And when you look at nobody wanting to come to LA, sources are saying it's not because of LeBron. LeBron's trying to get these people here. Nobody wants to deal with Rob Pelinka. That's where the problem lies.
Big guy. If you think Rob Pelinka is making decisions,
why do you think Magic is not in the building anymore? It's because of Rob Pelinka and his meddling ass and the emails that he sent, because he had a lot of shit to spew. That was before LeBron got there. That's why Magic is not in the building anymore. Well, that was a little after he got there.
So
but
do you think Rob Pelinka picked JJ Redick out of his hat? Do you think Rob Pelinka drafted Bronny James because he saw talent in Bronny James?
Okay. So if you say that was on LeBron, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
If I was in a position that LeBron is in, and I know you have experience and I can get you a head coaching job to be my head coach, would I be wrong for getting you the head coaching job? Would I be wrong for bringing Dario in to come play with me? Knowing he can develop and get the best medical care. Ain't that what you said, Midnight Rider? Get the best medical care?
I always say that.
So
isn't that
wrong for doing what they've done for centuries in every company? Am I wrong for that? Am I wrong for helping my friends out? Am I wrong for helping my son out?
That's still dictating.
So
and
if that's the case, Bill
That's
Gates
still
is a dictator.
dictating.
Bill Gates is a dictator. Warren
Yes.
Buffett's a dictator. They're
Yes.
all dictators there because they do that. They help their family and their friends out on a regular basis, and nobody bats a fucking eye. Come on, man. Now it's a problem. Now the world is losing their mind.
No, it's not. Look, let's stick to why nobody came. Why none of the players came? Because they're not going to win. That team's not set up to win. Let's just stick to the players. Let's not talk about Bronny. I mean, you have to talk about Bronny because he's a part of the process of building a team. But players talk, coaches talk, and we don't know. We're not privy to what's going on behind the scenes in LA. And we only hear what we hear, but like it's kind of like if you do something to step on LeBron's toes, you're gone. And it might be why Anthony Davis hasn't taken the lead of the team. We've been saying since Anthony Davis got here, for the Lakers to win and be a formidable team, that has to be Anthony Davis's team, and that hasn't happened. It's still LeBron's team with Anthony Davis riding shotgun, and that team can't win like that. They need the Olympic Anthony Davis to show up. They need him unchained. Somebody needs to come out, Pelinka, and say, this is Anthony Davis's team. That's the only way this team wins. This is the Laker little that what do they play? I'm about to say the Great Western Forum, Staples Center. Good
Crypto.
God. Yeah, crypto, whatever it is. Under crypto, LeBron James rules. That it just is what it is, and the Lakers put themselves in that position. And I'm pretty sure Pelinka is part of the reason why Magic left, but I think Magic didn't understand the severity of what LeBron brought to the table, and Magic has always been able to handle that and control that because Magic is Magic. He's always been the people person. He's always been able to once I get you in the room, I already know what you want. I've done my research. But I think with LeBron, it may have spilled over where he's like, yeah, this man crazy. I'm gone. That part with Magic, this dude crazy. I ain't doing this. So,
couple comments. Matty Ice said LeBron has done so much for Northeast Ohio. I just don't get the hate for him. Big Dog said he told the truth about LeBron. JoJo says, I'm with you. I agree to a certain degree. She also says about Levy James, I'm a work Enos, not every, but what BJ said. She told me to stop it. And yep, now Bronny there, the players can't talk like they want to. Bronny, all that.
Come on, let's get to the let's get past this one. We can always put a pin in it and come back to it.
I guess you do.
I'm sure we will come back to LeBron subject.
Really
LeBron
quick.
James.
we got hold on before we go there. Can I make because my assistant is itching to help me out here.
Okay,
I got a commitment to make.
Hold on. Let me set you up. Shit.
You guys are crazy.
All right.
Oh, let me bring it in right. If we're ready.
We're ready for this.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ESPN News, where today we have the commitment of the man, boss man BJ, and he's going to pick his NCAA 25 college team for the season. BJ, take it away, young fella.
Yeah, Maryland and Morgan State.
It's been a hard decision. I wanted to stay in house. I wanted to stay close to family.
Where are you going to take your talent?
I think I'm going to take my talent to College Park.
Roll Terps.
Oh, here we go. So,
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
First and foremost, because you always have you the follow-ups. In terms of this decision, like what led you to wanting to stay home? Were there other teams outside that besides Morgan State that could have been your potential team?
There were a couple teams. I won't mention those teams. Like I said, staying close to family was the most important thing. So when I started this process, it was mainly East Coast, up and down the East Coast. Um, you know, having family get to the game means a lot to me. So, and also having a coach that believes in me, believes in what I can bring to the table, and having a chance to play right away was a big deal for me. So, what better way to be around family, show my talents, and be in College Park in the Big Ten with some great competition, um, a coach that believes in me, and a squad I think that's ready to win. And I hope I can lift them up and bring what I can bring to the table, and we bring some wins in College Park, man. Fear the turtle, baby.
See
Um,
it.
I have some information from an unnamed source that maybe Helen Hunt sent an NIL package your way. Is there any truth to that rumor?
I can't speak on that right now. We do have some NIL deals in the working. I'm told I
Please.
can't speak on that until it's finalized. So, yeah.
Well, Mr. Boss BJ, we'd like to thank you for your time here on ESPN News. Have a great day. Congratulations on your decision. Hope your family and friends are super excited to come see you in College Park.
Thank you.
Matty Ice said, I would love to see going for Morgan State, go for a tough road like me with Kent State. My goal in year one as coach was to win 4 games. That's it. That is how bad the roster is. Damn.
Woo.
Oh,
Hey, look, JoJo, I already know it's rough out here. It's really rough. It's really rough on these sideline junkie streets.
I mean, and when we get the league started, I'm playing top tier talent. I got Notre Dame on one. I got Oregon coming. I don't know who Dario picking. I mean, I'm at the bottom of the pile here.
he's still trying to pick. I told him he need to get his commitment ready.
yeah, he
But,
got to do next week.
Huh?
That's another one.
Yeah, I gotta get. I'm gonna get him right. Real quick, WNBA signed a $2.2 billion deal. Distribution deal. I think it's Amazon,
NBC, and Disney. Amazon, NBC, and Disney.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
There was one union exec that's a little concerned. It's to be an annual increase of $140 million a year for the league. It's $2.2 billion over 11 years. And some people feel that's undervalued for the WNBA. I think it's a good move, but I don't think we got to start out small.
I think if it's an 11-year deal, it's probably an exit ramp somewhere after 5 or 6, because you're going to have the influx of players like Watkins and Paige Buckers, Paige Buckets and company. So I can see them having some kind of off ramp built in like year 4 or 5, where you get all these ladies into the system. You're going to have the expansion and everything. So I can see this just being the tip of the iceberg, and maybe a bigger deal comes to them down the road.
Well, this deal isn't official yet, if I'm not mistaken. I think Warner Brothers, TNT Sports, can still match that offer. I'm not saying they will, but they have the option to match the offer that NBC, Amazon, and Disney put up. And the new deal is going to put women's basketball on TV almost 7 days a week. And that's pretty incredible.
Now,
Ain't that what we was talking about? We always talk about how do you fix it? One, you got to have the polarizing players, and you have even though KG doesn't like, you had the back and forth with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. You had the back and forth with Caitlin Clark and the whole league. The league is in the news. People are wanting to see Caitlin Clark, and she's starting to kind of, not catch fire, but she's starting to roll down the hill a little bit and pick up some steam. So now it's becoming almost must-see TV, and now this is the product. And I agree with the Midnight Rider. Either it's an exit ramp or it's an on ramp to rework the deal, because you're going to, like he said, you're going to have these influx of new players come in, new blood, the expansion, and the league is just going to continue to grow. We talked about this. This is it. This is the stepping stool that we was talking about at the beginning of the WNBA season. This is what the ladies been waiting for, and now it's time to kick it and go even harder.
Mm-hmm. We definitely talked about it beginning of the year because I remember Midnight Rider was telling us how the WNBA's under 50 million every year. They're at a loss every year, and I was saying there's going to be a deal that's going to come out this year that's going to make that not be true anymore of the $50 million loss. So I knew something was coming, TV deal, some kind of deal, and now here it is. So it's good for them, man. You know, it's a shame it's taking this long, and hopefully some of these women can get paid a little bit more money too.
I believe we talked about it a little while, maybe over a year ago. We talked about it, and we talked about having that top rivalry because you don't have that rivalry anymore. And now you have Angel Reese, you have Caitlin Clark. You got them as your top rivals. And I said you need that magic bird thing going. Apparently that's the formula that they're using because now that's all everybody's talking about. Oh, Angel Reese is a double-double machine. You either love her or you hate her. It's no in between. Caitlin Clark is an assist machine. Oh, either you love her or you hate her. It's no in between. But that's all everybody talks about now. You seeing more WNBA highlights. It's getting a little scrappy and you know stuff like that. But it's moving the way it needs to move.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, granted, they didn't have to deal with tape delay of the finals and all that. I remember that the WNBA finals were played on the afternoon on a Saturday. They're going to have the finals in prime time this year. Mm-hmm. Again, I think they were in prime time last year, but they're really going to be in prime time this year.
Well, did the schedule change? Because I remember 10 years ago, maybe, I went to the WNBA All-Star game, and it was on Mother's Day. Did the schedule change to where what time of year it's played now?
I think they've had a couple changes, and this evolution of the schedule came about because they had to fit a bulk of their schedule before the Olympics and then some after, so they don't get too far into the NFL season and they get lost in the wash.
So does it usually start in February?
Nah, it doesn't start till after. It only starts after the like around June.
Yeah,
because I was watching NBA playoffs while I was at the Verizon Center for the WNBA All-Star game. So they were both playing at the same time during that period. So it had to have been moved a little bit. They had to have started earlier 10 years ago. Say February.
They might have. I mean, I remember most of the time the young ladies they finished their season in college. You have the draft, and most of the time within weeks they're playing basketball. Their first games, their early games.
Okay. Because the WNBA draft is like a night or two after the national championship game. Because they roll right into it. It's like a national championship game is on Sunday night. The WNBA draft is either Monday or Tuesday. It just it rolls. The clock rolls right over.
That sounds right. Because then you got March. You know, beginning of March is I'm sorry. Championship is beginning of April.
Yeah. Right.
National championship beginning of April. Still don't make no sense why they had the All-Star game on Mother's Day. But that's all right. We know what's going on there now. Everybody's paying much more attention to the WNBA thanks to these two young ladies and the way the sport's blowing up with some of the veterans as well. I think WNBA's must-watch TV.
Agreed. Sam Moss says, I believe in you, B. Never stop till you reach the top. If I got my way, he won't reach the top. Because Notre Dame will thump a mud hole in that ass.
Appreciate that, Sam. Hey, we're going to see because we're going to have these games once we get our league on. We're going to have these games streamed. So everybody get to see this.
Yes. Oh, I put out a feeler because Duval Paul said he wasn't getting the game. And I was like, hell, when we do a recap show, we just play the highlights of all these games. I mean, that's a whole nother show right there. Produce a whole nother show just showing highlights.
Yeah, I put them together. I'll be your Chris Berman.
See, it's already set up. All right. Matty Ice said, "Great step, and will piss off the sexist assholes. I love it." JoJo says, "I see no issue why she shouldn't ask how they got that number." Yeah, because 2.2 billion. I think that's a little low. And she said, "Thank you, Ben." Yeah, Jack is right. They can match or maybe add. And she says, "We on the way." So we had one more thing to get to, but we're gonna have to say that for Sunday because we are up against it. Last and final thoughts of the night, gentlemen, before we get out of here and go to bed.
You know what? I'm glad that the WNBA got their just due. So, because I know I was giving them a hard time last year. So I tip my cap to the ladies for a job well done.
Yeah, I agree. The way that the WNBA has grown these past 3 years, it's been incredible, leaps and bounds. Talking about these big contracts, 2.2 billion, that's amazing. But I just heard something today. NFL is more than likely going to pay-per-view. So you're going to have to pay 16 times to watch your team play. And they were talking about possibilities of $10 a game, $15 a game. That sounds crazy, man. It's going to come to that. And that's
not surprising.
That's that because that's part of the decision that came out of the DirecTV lawsuit. So they're still trying to figure out the landscape for some of that. So that's been for about another 2 weeks.
That's just ridiculous, and that's more part of, like I said, the greed that a lot of these associations have, man. Greed, just greed.
I don't know what the big guy KG talking about going to sleep. I got 2 hours and 50 minutes until college football is playable. Yeah, I'm looking at the timer. Okay, so I don't know who you think is going to sleep because I'm about to be on this game. And I got the controllers charging. Oh, one of them is charging because my oldest is playing something on the TV. So, and of course, she got the good controller too. But we'll talk about that later, okay? But no. I will be up, and I will be tinkering because I haven't touched Madden since I bought 24, and I was gravely disappointed in it. So I haven't really played anything since Madden came out. So that was late last year, October, somewhere in November. I stopped playing. So I haven't touched the stick, so I gotta get acclimated with the buttons and figure out who's on my roster and do some some kind of pre-work and so I know what I'm doing when we start this league, so I can
you do some LeBron. We'll call it LeBron, and when you dictate your team.
That's what I'm doing. I gotta dictate it. So when we go to South Bend, because this is probably gonna have to go to South Bend. I'm going to knock the 24-karat gold flakes off them damn helmets. I promise. I'm probably going to be sprinkled. You think it's tooth fairies flying around. It's going to be gold dust everywhere. Or you're going to think gold dust is coming out.
Go get them, B.
Well, you can call me Goldie. You can call me Gold Dust. You can call me Touchdown Jesus for all I care. But just because it's you, I'll go by Gold Dust this time. Once you get your ass kicked in South Bend, you will never forget the name of Gold Dust. Play like a champion today. You got to get out of here.
We gonna get out of here. We streaming this game. We putting it in the Sideline Junkie chat. Everybody already know who Maryland is, and everybody already know who Notre Dame is. So nothing else got to be said.
All right, y'all heard it here first. The shit talking that started. For the gentleman, Jack Carr. The Midnight Rider, the Boss BJ. Thank you, everybody in the comments. JoJo, Matty Ice, Big Dog, Sam R. Everybody, thank y'all. We don't do no overtime, baby. I'm the big guy, KG. Yeah, Matty Ice, damn right. Get your popcorn ready because it's gonna be a slobber knocker tonight, baby. We don't do
Get the feed.
We are out of here.